can be done? What we can do?
What we can do
to allow the
more
public
concrete.
to be-
Okay. The incoming chairman.
Okay.
Well, it's quite obvious from watching the film that you already know through what the film portrayed what is wrong and what is right. Alam nyo na eh. Dito pa lang alam nyo na mali ang ginagawa ng senador. Alam mo yung mali na. Alam nyo na eh. The next step is what can we do about it? And I mentioned a while ago, go to your core competence, find out what you're good at, and find out how you can use that to fight, to resist. You know what's wrong. Where is the chairman of the student council? Where are you? UP ka, di ba? Kung hindi tayo, sino? Kung hindi ngayon, kailan? Hindi ba? Alam nyo na, come on, alam nyo na na mali ang nangyayari eh. Stop making excuses. Alright? I hope I answered well. Never mind.
Ako naman, as an educator, kasi dito sa Dakila, gusto namin, ako part ng Dakila, no? Yung grupo ng mga artists, no? Well, hopefully artist din ako. Pero ibig ko sabihin, gusto namin, lagi namin sinasabi na, ano ba yung taya mo? Kasi di ba tayo tinatanong namin, ano yung peg mo sa buhay, di ba? Ano ang plano mo sa buhay? Yan, ano ba yung taya mo? No, I think kailangan balikan natin yun kasi sa palagay ko, masyado tayong overwhelmed dun sa laki ng problema na sa totoo lang, parang ano yan eh, parang yung ginagawa ko libro ngayon na parang ang haba-haba, ang laki-laki, pero siguro kailangan lang simulan. Kailangan lang magsulat ako ulit, no? A little by little. So siguro, doon sa taya, parang sinabi rin ni Sir Teroy yun, pero gusto kong i-reiterate lang, ano ba yung kaya natin gawin? No? Simulan natin doon. No? Kung guro ka, ituro mo sa mga estudyante mo yung katotohanan. Kaya nga, ang invitation namin sa inyo, kasi ang dami po pong walang klase ngayon. Sa mga educators dito, marami ko sa inyo, ang klase nyo sa Hunyo pa. So pwede nyo tawagan yung producers ng Citizen Jake para dalhin mo sa inyong paaralan ang inyong ang Citizen Jake. Pero din po, tandaan natin na yung artists din, yung pag-suporta natin, kasi sometimes we have to put our money where our mouth is eh. Ganun din, yung mga artists natin, suportahan natin. Marami mo ngayon ng mga artists na gumagawa ng mga plays, ng mga kung ano-anong mga artistic na mga manifestations na protesta laban sa pagbabalik ng strongman rule. No? Bakit hindi natin suportahan? Panoorin po natin, papuntahin natin yung mga estudyante natin. No? Kasi kailangan kolektibong aksyon. No? Kapag may malaking rally na darating, ipakita natin by our numbers. Alam niyo sa totoo lang, tayo lang naman ang nakakapag-produce ng numero eh. Pagdating sa rallies eh. Kasi sa totoo lang, wala na talaga. Mahirap gumawa ng paraan tungkol sa mga bagay na ito. Dahil napakalakas, paderang binabangga natin, isang popular na tao, at isang popular na makinarya, at isang popular na following. Diba? Pero yung nagre-resist tayo, alam niyo sa totoo lang, may nakikita akong epekto eh, pamunti-unti. Diba medyo nagiging hindi na masyadong garapal yung magpatay nila? Diba? Kasi nagre-resist eh. Medyo na umiiwas na rin sila doon konti doon sa pagkakamali. Although ang dami pa rin mga loko-loko, di ba? At saka mga medyo tanga, no? But again, yun yung kailangan natin paniwalaan. Paniwalaan natin na may nagagawa yung maliliit na aksyon natin. Kasi parang kung hindi tayo maniniwala, sana hindi na lang naniwala si Narcinto nung sinusulat nila yung Capilla. O si Marcelo del Pilar nung sinusulat nila yung mga artikulo sa La Solidaridad na may mangyayari pala. You know, they died. They thought they failed. But they did not. Because they burdened us. At sana ganun lagi yung walang, sabi ni Salud Algabre, walang pag-aalsa na nabibigo. Ang lahat ng ito ay tungo sa tamang direksyon. Ayun. So, kaso may hindi nakasagot about yung privilege. Baka gusto mong sagutin yun.
Actually, magandang tanong yun about privilege.
ako masasabi ko lang, from my point of view, well, that's the answer. The film tells the story of the ills of society through a very specific point of view. Of course, we can't, as much as we would like to present all points of view, point of view ng masa, sabihin na natin masa, no? O yung mga manggagawa, mga magsasaka, no? Na walang pribilehyo na pinag-uusapan. Pero minsan, yung point of view ng isang burgis ay hindi natin madalas nakikita sa pelikula dahil hindi ko alam, ako tingin ko mas mahirap siya i-portray dahil na-expose tayong lahat eh. Karamihan tayo dito mga burgis, di ba? Na-expose tayo lahat for our fencity, our pettiness, our privilege, and our vacillating tendencies, no? Na parang, when things are good, okay lang ako. When things are bad, I'll post something on Facebook or something. Maybe I will be convinced to join a protest. Parang bilang bahagi ng kabutisan, ano? Parang alam ko yun eh, kung gaano kahirap yung struggle na yun, kasi you're always in the middle, parang naibit ka sa dalawang nabuumbugang bato. Saan ba ako pupunta? Doon sa panig na doon sa status quo? Kasi nakikinabang din naman ako sa status quo eh. Meron akong trabaho, nagpasa ng train lang, okay lang, konti dagdag sa ano. Pero hindi natin alam na habang umiigting yung contradictions, pwede tayong mahulog sa grupo naman ng walang pribilehiyo. At nangyayari yun actively, marami sa mga merong privilege dahil sa mga tawag dito, yung mga problema, sabihin na natin, I lost the word, no? It was in my head, but it floated away. Because of the crisis na hinaharap natin, tuloy-tuloy na nalalagas pati yung mga burgis. And it's nice to see their point of view. Okay, that's enough of that. Anong gagawin natin? Ako, kung alam ko lang yung sagot, just go. Diba? It's a really hard question. Ako, I would like to say that as we ask questions today, we have to be prepared to ask more difficult questions tomorrow. Kasi hindi siya natitigil eh. Ngayon, alam natin na hindi ko gusto yung nangyayari dahil basta lang pinapatay yung mga tao na walang due process. Who is responsible for that? It is being encouraged by the President, it is being enabled by the PNP, by state security forces. So what do? Do we get rid of them? But haven't we done that before? Did we do that in 1986? And then we're still here. So is this a question of a popular uprising? We have to ask a question beyond that. Parang what did we not do in 1986 that we should be doing now? Have we learned our lesson? Akala natin, ako sa school, akala ko parang the Marxists were the personification of evil. Kasi pinakwento yung torture na nangyari, pinagdidiwag natin yung EDSA uprising, meron ba tayo ng mga bayani, pinangalanan yung airport kay Ninoy Aquino. Well, parang ito sa dark part of our history. Bakit ngayon? Debate na naman siya. Bakit nag-usapan pa natin to? So, obviously, there's something missing. Parang we're stuck with topical solutions to a problem that's obviously much, much deeper than that. At yung mga sagot sa tanong yan, hindi natin malalaman yan just by watching a film, just by debating the night. It's something that you have to really study, both in theory and in practice. Habang pinag-aralan mo siya in theory, nalalaman mo ano ba yung mga points of view. Nagkalaban-laban din ng points of view, hindi lang iisa yan. May mga pare-pareho tayong galit sa nangyayari ngayon, pero iba-iba rin ang pananaw kung paano papalitan yung problema o paano sosolusyonin yung problema. But part of knowing what to do is actually just doing it eh. Tapos doon mo matututunan yung ibang mga bagay. So I guess that is what I can share based on my experience. And yeah, I hope that's enough. Thank you.
Please lang.
Can you please repeat the question?
That's a wonderful question.
That's a wonderful question.
Please repeat the question.
The answer is yes. That is the short answer. We need more people, idealistic young people, talented, willing to make a difference, to be in the field of broadcast journalism, in any field for that matter, in government, in places where we can make a difference. So yes, please. Hindi ko alam bakit ka nawawalan ng pag-asa. Maybe because, I really don't know.
Social media siguro.
Social media perhaps,
Social media na yung ano eh.
or maybe seeing also the dark side of media, diba? Hindi naman, we're not exactly, kumbaga, spotless, diba, sa media. But again, siguro ang message ko lang is, it's not a matter of deciding once na parang I will be a good media practitioner, I will be a good journalist. Like anything else, you have to decide on that every day. And sometimes that it's difficult. Sometimes nagkakamali ka rin. Sometimes you make wrong decisions. But as long as you remember why you're doing this, then I think you will be fine. The worst thing that you can do is become jaded and to feel like and to feel powerless and just go through the motions. When that happens, then we've lost hope. So. Did Jake feel about being challenged by students? I think being a, very, in his own way, he's kind of proud and very, mapride si Jake. I'm sure he was pretty annoyed by that, especially since Jake was forced to. In his mind, I think he also feels like it is a demotion to be suddenly limited by or not shielded by like a big organization behind you. And I think that's an interesting phenomenon nowadays. Parang as we get all of this content on the internet, everybody can be a journalist because journalism isn't something like di mo naman kailangan mag-exam, di naman parang doctor yan, a lawyer. And what do we think about that? Do we encourage that? Or do we say, wait, you have to leave it to the professionals? And I think the answer is somewhere in between. And Jake also realizes that. And siguro pasa ko na rin dito as somebody who's worked in media for a while. I don't think that mainstream media or traditional media has all the answers, certainly not. And the fact that we've been allowed to be the gatekeepers of the truth for so long has its own problems. Because there are some stories that are still underreported, there are still biases in the news for sure. So one way of combating that is by having this group of independent media, and we can even say citizen journalists, but pag pumasok ka na doon, paano mo na papasok ngayon yung ethics, yung checks and balances? So it's kind of it's an interesting debate that even Jake, I think, is aware of. Parang all of a sudden he finds himself, he has to defend his craft sa kanyang mga students. I think that's kind of annoying. The next is, siguro I can...
What? Yung how do you want it to end?
Is Mike around? How would I want the movie to end? Well, there's a reason I think that it's open-ended, and I think it's because right now our situation is still unresolved. We're still in deep shit. Okay? Now, how would I want it to end? First, you would start off with the bust of McCoy, that big thing, which turned into my face. Then, in the ending of my film, it will turn into Duterte's face. And then it will explode.
Yeah. Well, again, there was a time when I thought, I was one of the first who were trolled who was trolled as a history. Kasi in 2011, I answered that monkey pie video. I was the first one to answer it as a historian. And talaga natiwan na ako, walang kwenta yan. And yeah, yun nga, you don't need censorship eh. Because I really felt at first, I was so afraid to say anything controversial. Because of the, yun na nga, kasi titirahin ka talaga eh. Hassle sila sa buhay, hassle. Parang linta, alam mo yung gusto tanggalin, gano'n. Pero alam nyo, the problem is, if we stay silent, you know the best way to battle the troll if you want a peaceful life is to stay, don't answer them. But we do not want the lies to proliferate. So you still have to do something about it. So if you read, maraming ano dyan, if you, kung ginaganahan ka, maginit ang ulo mo, you can answer them directly, no? But sometimes the better way to do it is to post answers in your wall. Oh? So, ang dami dyan, pwede kang magbasa ng libro if you want to battle, you know, historical distortion, at ilalagay mo doon. Basta, we have to keep on, every day is a struggle for the truth. And we should always put the truth out there. No? Kahit na akala mo walang nagbabasa, you know, akala ko walang nanonood ng mga shout time ko nung unang panahon eh. But apparently, they're being used. Even special children, yung mga parents na sinasabi, nakapasa yung anak ko sa, dahil sa shout time mo. Hindi ko alam na may nanonood pala noon. Wala nanonood sa Channel 4. So, sabi ko, yan, just put the truth out there. Do not be afraid. And ganun lang. Kasi there's nothing much we can do with them. You know, yung kanilang mga pera, no? Pero, you know, if the truth is in your side, if the right thing is in your side, on your side, yan ang bala natin. Dapat huwag tayong matakot. Never be afraid. And always ask questions and let people make people ask questions about what's happening. Yan ang goal natin as teachers. At sana mag-continue conversation by asking your students and your sphere of influence to watch Citizen J.
11-year-old son, and he knows about martial law. He has seen documentaries, he has seen pictures, he has seen books, and he knows it's wrong. Okay, who do you have to answer to teach your kids this, that it is wrong? What are you afraid of? That they might react in the wrong way? That magka-nightmare sila? Dapat lang magka-nightmare sila. It's a fucking dictatorship and it's wrong. It's an 11-year-old boy and he knows about this. And he's from, my other son is also from Ateneo. You know, and alam nyo, pag hindi nyo ginising yung mga batang yan, tuloy-tuloy lang ito eh. Hindi ba? Can you imagine if this kind of administration, this kind of mentality goes on and on, administration after administration? Imagine your children living in that kind of society. What will happen to them? You've got to be braver, okay? That's all I'm asking. You have to be more brave to your students. Okay, yung matakot na magalit yung magulang, bakit yung tinuturo ito? Putang ina, importante. Hindi ba? That's why this film is so important. Because we forget. This will wake you up. And this will remind you of the you say the goriness, the goriness of martial law. It's got to be taught. Ano na yan eh? Age of enlightenment na yan eh. Yung mga batang yan eh, alam na nila eh. Pag tinago mo sa kanila yan, and they learn it from somebody else who doesn't know what they're talking about, that's even going to be a worse scenario. Hindi ba po? Salamat.
Never underestimate our kids and students, no? Kasi ako, yung martial law, yung people power, ay kinuwento sa akin yung teacher ko, 4 years old ako. Yung lola ko, kinuwento sa akin yung galit na rin kay Imelda yung lola ko eh. Kasi dami na namatay na mga co-teachers. Ano yan, mga grade 1 ako, grade 2. Kinakwento niya, loko-loko talaga si Marcos at yung dictatorship. No? So, ano yan, napunlayan sa akin hanggang eventually, ito na yung advocacy ko. And then, nilibing na itong hindi bayani sa libingan ng mga bayani. Alam mo, nung araw na yon, I've been writing about martial law. yung mga torture yan, kinikwento ko yun sa mga bata sa mga school tours, kasi kailangan alam nila, shock effect ka yung mga bata hindi na nasa shock na yun. Diba? Sa dami ng fake news at kung ano-ano So, kailangan yung katotohanan lang. Pero alam nyo, nung nilibing si Marcos sa libingan ng mga bayani, iyak ako nang iyak nun Para akong gago dun sa Uber driver Papunta sa People Power Monument kasi nung nakikinig ko sa radyo, nililibing si Marcos, may 21 gun salute, may flag na binibigay kay Imelda, salamat sa kapal niya ng asawa mo. Sabi ko, I failed as a teacher. We failed as a teacher. No? At yung mga bayani ng Ma'am Shalo, hindi na ilibing ang marami sa kanila ng may honors. Yung iba nga hindi pa nakita So sabi ko, napakasama na araw nito. Pero alam nyo, parang ako tanga. Pagbaba ko dun sa People Power Monument, nakita ko, puro bata. Libo-libong bata. Tapos sabi ko, hindi pala tayo nabigo. Hindi tayo nabigo. So tuloy-tuloy lang natin yung kwento hanggang lahat ng mga kabataan nito, marinig nila. Dahil alam mo, nakakatuwa pa dyan, dala-dala nila yung picture ng mga bayaning akala ko nakalimutan. Sina Lilio sa Hilaw, sina Edgar Hobson, dala-dala ng mga bata. Nung nilibing nila yung diktador, sa libingan ng mga bayani, mas lalong natuto. Mas lalong dumami yung artistic production tungkol sa martial law. Mas dumami yung materials. Mas madami yung tulad ni John Wayne, biglang nagtuho ng martial law ito. Dahil sa nangyari kahit dahil sa panahon ni Marcos. So, tandaan natin, huwag tayong susuko, huwag nating isipin yung kung ano man, mas matuto ang Ateneo. Dahil mga Atenista, enlightened yan. Mas matuto ang Ateneo pag tinuro mo martial law. Sige.
Kung masagot yung mga tanong, nalimutan ko na. Yung una is about in contradiction sa character ni Jake. What was the question?
How clear are the lines that we shouldn't cross?
Alright, okay. The lines aren't clear. Honestly, they're gray. Sometimes, I don't know, like, I don't know how I can explain this. Parang, it all boils down to privilege. Again, maybe the first step is realizing and knowing what this privilege is. Which leads me to the other question about how early should young people understand what's going on. I think from a very, very early age, from the moment they're able to speak with you, maintindihan nila na, kunyari, kung galing nga tayo sa bourgeois, sa mga bugis, pero kayong sasakyan, paliwanag mo sa mga anak mo na, alam mo anak tayo, meron tayong sasakyan, kaya nating sumakay dito, pero kita mo yung mga nasa labas. Hard workers din yan, ikatrabaho yan, 10 hours a day, pero hindi sila makabili ng kotse. So, bakit? Kasi maswerte tayo, hindi yun dahil sa special time nila lang, dahil sa pinanganak tayo sa ganito, anong gagawin? Ang daming questions na pwede mong simulan na young age Even history, di ba? Parang, it's about teaching the right kind of history. Ang history naman, grade school pa lang tinuturo na So I think we can start that young, definitely, as soon as possible. The other one is what fatal flaw that we have, no? Ako personally, among many things, maybe it's pride. It's really, sometimes it's hard to, that's one of the hardest things to let go of. And then about Senator Soto and Revilla, I don't know. You have to watch the film first. And you have to watch you have to read this book by Primitivo Meares.
Totoo ba yung RV?
Yung RV totoo, pero yung character hindi.
Yung character inimbento ni Mike. Pero yung RV, yung nandun sa book ni Primitivo Meares, is a real person. Whoever that is, hindi ko pa na-check Pero nandun sa book yun, na-describe siya doon. Pero yun, itinudlong na lang para maipasok yung kay Tibo. Tsaka, by the way, nga pala, yung mga magulang, madalang silang magturo ng kasaysayan. So, sa totoo lang, tayo sa ating mga teacher na kasalalay, yung pagtuturo niya. Sabi ni Gregorio de Jesus, ay galang mga guro na nagpapamulan sa isip, sapagkat kung utang sa magulang ang pagiging tao ay utang sa nagturo ang pagpapakatao. So, papalabas yun si Guzman.
One of the wonderful things that as the citizen Jake has allowed us to do is to ask the hard questions. No?
Yes.
So I suppose we need to continue asking these hard questions in our own personal, social lives, and also in our social networks of choice No? So for in the meantime, or simultaneously with asking those questions, we also encourage you to ask those questions sa social media. Alam niyo naman, ito lang ang bansa na one day, last day na klase ng screenings. So if they do not make money during the first day of screening, then it gets pulled out. So let us all mobilize our social media power in the same way that we did for Araullo and all this kita-kita and all this rom-com. Kung kaya nila, kung ginawa niyo para sa kanila, then the more so we should do this for socially relevant and timely films such as Citizen J. So please do post and alam niyo rin naman, si Mike De Leon is also on social media. Kahit hindi siya a person na nagre-respond, he gets to be able to intervene also into this discussion. So with that, we'd like to thank everyone.